Good noon, everyone. Namaskar. Welcome to William Shakespeare Study Circle once again. Today's our topic is Dashavatar. But before we start that, as it is a tradition of our study circle, let's start our session with prayer. So, for that, I would request our student, SY student Shrutiba Raizada. Shrutiba.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Shrutiba. Now, I would request our SY BA student, Miss Hiral Shadia, to welcome everyone. Hiral Bin.
Honorable Principal Shri Dr. Nagar sir, Head of Department Dr. Ketki Madam, Dr. Nayan sir, Miss Urvi Madam, Mr. Dhaval sir, and my dear friends, I, Hera Sadia, heartily welcome all of you in the study circle activity. Friends, do you know what is the subject of today's study circle? I will tell you today's subject of our is Dashavatar. Heard or not? Stories from Dashavatar. Yes, today we will learn about stories of Dashavatar. This is going to be very interesting and enjoyable. I once again welcome all of you. Let's enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hiral. Now let us move forward and let me say something regarding our today's topic. Our today's topic is, as Hiral said, it is the Shavatar. We all know the importance of the Shavatar regarding Hindu mythology. But do you know that it has a close connection with science as well? There is a catastrophism in geological theory that indicates how the creatures came into existence, how the human race started, how it began, and how it gradually developed. There are, I would not dictate a whole series here today, but let me give you few examples out of it, that there are series of events that shaped the earth. First, when there were only fishes, there was only water on the earth, there was no soil, there were only fishes. So it can be connected with Matsya Avatar, which is the first avatar. Then came and that those fishes turned into the creatures that could live both on soil as well as on water. That is connected with the Kurma Avatar. So this is how the formation started, this is how the development gradually took place, and that's how we can say that Hindu mythology has its own importance. It has a close connection with the science as well, it has a close connection with geography and geology as well. So today's topic is going to be very interesting, as our students are going to tell us something about each and every avatar one by one. Now, I would request our head of the department, Dr. Ketki Madam, to tell us something about the connection, the importance of these Dasavatars and its connection with Bhagavad Gita. Ketki Madam.
Yes. Thank you, Madam. Honorable Principal Nagar, sir. I hope I am audible or no? Yes, okay. Honorable Principal Dr. Nagar, sir, Dr. Tak, Miss Urvi Modha, Mr. Dhaval Bhai Rajyaguru, and dear students. See, today's topic is so interesting. So we all are going to enjoy a lot because we have heard a little bit about all these avatars, but today we shall find out the detailed story of all these avatars. Uh, Today TY class is going to tell us about these interesting stories. As last time we had SY class who dealt with the satire as a literary form. Uh, Today this topic is so interesting because as we know, we find out the links even in all the Vedas and most of the Puranas. But today I would like to quote here Bhagavad Gita, in which Krishna, Lord Krishna himself tells, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat abhyutthanam tadatmanyam srujamyaham. Yes, girls, you all know that this was the message that Lord Krishna has given us through Bhagavad Gita. And he says, addressing to Arjuna, O descendant of Bharata, whenever there is a fall in righteousness and rise of immorality, I will appear on earth. Which means I will incarnate into different forms. We also know the meaning of Dasha Avatar, but in detail, as I am going to tell you, that this Dashavatar refers to the 10 primary avatars of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the Hindu god of preservation, Rakshanam. Vishnu is said to descend in every yuga in form of an avatar to restore cosmic order. The word Dashavatar derives from Dasha meaning 10 and Avatar meaning incarnation. Lord Vishnu incarnates on earth from time to time to eradicate evil forces and to restore the dharma. He has taken 9 avatars till now, and the 10th avatar will descend on the earth at the end of the Kali Yuga. Out of these 10 incarnations, he chose the form of animals in 4 of the incarnations. The first 4 avatars of Lord Vishnu appeared in Satya or Krita Yuga. The next 3 avatars appeared in Treta Yuga. The 8th and 9th in Dwapar Yuga. And the 10th will appear at the end of Kali Yuga that we all know. So let's enjoy together the stories of these 10 avatars: Matsyavatar, Kachapa or Kurmavatar, Varaha Avatar, Nrusi Avatar, Vaman Avatar, Parshuram Avatar, Ramavatar, Krishnavatar, Buddhavatar, and last, the Kalki Avatar. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, madam. Now, without wasting much time, let us proceed further, and I would invite our first student from TY, that is Madhu Oridra, who will speak about Matsya Avatar. Madhubin.
Namaste, good afternoon everyone. Matsya, Sanskrit fish, one of the 10 avatars incarnations of the Hindu god Vishnu. In this appearance, Vishnu saved the world from a great flood. Manu, the first man, catched a little fish that grew to giant size. When the flood approached, Manu saved himself by tying his boat to the hole on the fish's head. Some early accounts refer to the fish savior as a Prajapati, whose identity is later merged with that of Brahma. Later sources identified him as a Vishnu. Matsya may be depicted either in animal form or in a combined human-animal form, with the man as the upper half and the fish as the lower half. Matsya is generally represented with 4 hands, one holding the conch shell, one holding the discus chakra, one in the pose of conferring a Vardhana Mudra, and one is the protection affording pose Abhaya Mudra. According to the canvas of a sculpture, the main half should be shown as wearing all the ornaments usually associated with Vishnu. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuben. Now I would call Ranjan Parmar for Kurma Avatar. Ranjan Ben.
Namaste, respected Nagar sir, all teachers, and my dear friends. Today I will tell you about the Kurma Avatar. In Kurma Avatar, Lord Vishnu incarnates himself as a turtle. It is an interesting story involving both the gods and asuras. In the ongoing saga battle between the gods and asuras, on one occasion the gods suddenly lost all their strength due to a curse by the tempered sage Durvasa. The sage had once presented a garland of flowers to Indra, king of gods, who carelessly gave it away to his elephant, which template it. The Devdas approached Vishnu from hell. Vishnu then asked them to churn the ocean of milk after adding medicines into ocean. Mount Madra could be used the churning stick, he said. He requested them to ask them help of Asuras in lifting the mounting exchange for offer the chair of nectar of immortality that would intrude from a churning. Both the Devdas and Asuras churn the ocean using the serpent Vasuki as the rope. At the as the started playing a Machiavellian trick, Indra, king of the gods, asked the Asura for the head and of Vasuki. But Asuras, suspecting foul play, took the head and only to be deceived as the poison from Vasuki was slowly weakening them. But as churning was proceeding, the mountain was sinking, and then Lord Vishnu took the form of the turtle. Croom and kept the mountain blow of Amrita, the nectar of immortality was out. The Asuras grabbed at it. Then Lord Vishnu took the form and Apsara, a beautiful maiden, and seduced the Asuras into letting her distribute the nectar, and also to about by her order of distribution. As soon as the Devdas were served, the main disappeared, thus totally deceiving the Asuras and making them totally weak. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranjan Ben. Now I would call Hiral Sadia for Vara Avatar. Hiral Ben.
Namaste everyone. The third avatar is Varaha. Vara is the avatar of Hindu god Vishnu in the form of a boar. Varaha is generally listed as third in Dashavatar, the 10 principal avatars of Vishnu. Vara is the most commonly associated with the legend of lifting the earth out of the cosmic ocean when the demon Hiranyakashipu stole the earth and hid her in the primordial waters. Vishnu appeared as Vara to rescue her. Vara slew the demon and retrieved the earth from the ocean, lifting it on his tusk. and restored Kudevi to her place in the universe. Vara may be depicted as completely a boar or in an anthropomorphic form with a boar's head and the human body. His consort, Kudevi, the earth, is often depicted as young woman lifted by Vara. The origin of Vara is found in the Vedas, the oldest Hindu scriptures. Vara is originally described as a form of Prajapati, but evolved into the avatar of Vishnu in later Hindu scriptures. Two other avatars of Vishnu, Matsya, the fish, and Karma, the tortoise, were also equated with Prajapati. Before being described as forms of Vishnu in later traditions, Arthur Anthony MacDonald traces the origin of the Vara legend to two verses of the Rigveda and the oldest Veda. Vishnu, aided by the god Indra, steals 100 buffaloes from a boar beast. Arthur Parriddle Kit also agrees with MacDonald, interpreting the mountain as a cloud and the slaying as an alternate version of the annihilation of the Asura Vitra by Indra. The 14th century Vedic commentator Sayan states the Taittiriya Samhita elaborates the Rigveda version. However, the Rigveda does not hint the classical legend of the rescue of the earth by the boar. In the scripture, the god Rudra is called the boar of the sky. Even Vishnu is described to have slew a boar. The hunt of a boar using a dog is also referred to. The Taittiriya Samhita mentions that the boar, the plunderer of wealth, hides the riches of the Asuras beyond the seven hills. Indra destroys the beast by striking it a blade of a sacred kush grass, piercing the mounts. Vishnu, the sacrifice, brings the slain boar as a sacrificial offering to the gods, thereby the gods acquiring the treasure of the Asur. Vishnu is both the sacrifice as well as bringer of sacrifice, the boar being the sacrifice. The tale is also recalled in Charak Brahman and Kathak Brahman. The latter calls the boar Imusha. The earliest version of the classical Vara legend are found in the Taittiriya Samhita and Shatapat Brahman. Scholars differ in which one is the core version. The Ayodhya book of the epic Ramayana refers to Varaha retaining his connection to Prajapati Brahma. In a cosmogonic myth, Brahma refers in the primal universe full of water and takes the form of a bird to lift the earth from the waters. Creation begins with Brahma and his progeny. The Yuddha Kanda book of the epic praises Rama as the single-tusked boar, which is interpreted as the allusion to Vara and links Vara with Vishnu. In the epic Mahabharata, Narayan is praised as one of the who rescues the earth as a boar. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiralbin. Let's have Sakshiba Jethwa, who will talk about Narsi Avatar. Sakshiba.
Good afternoon, all. Honorable Principal Dr. Nagar Sir, our head of the department, Dr. Ketki Ma'am, Dr. Nayan Sir, Miss Uru Ma'am, and our IT headman, Dhaval Sir, and my dear friends. Today I am going to tell you about Lord Vishnu's fourth avatar, Nrsimha Avatar. The fourth avatar of Vishnu is called Narsimha. The Lord appeared as a half man and a half lion to eliminate an Asura king named Hiranyakashipu. Among the nine avatars of Lord Vishnu that have appeared so far, the Narsimha is the fiercest one. Hailed as the preserver and sustainer of the universe, Vishnu transformed into ferocious from to eliminate Asura king Hiranyakashipu, who had created havoc in the three worlds. Hiranyakashipu invited the wrath of Lord Vishnu by killing all those who refused to hail him as Bhagavan. The demon king wanted to become the undisputed god of the universe, and he mercilessly eliminated those who refused to worship him. Among many of the opponents was his blood Prahlad. When Prahlad was born to Kayudha, she was Hiranyakashipu's wife. The demon was in the Himalayas and doing intense penance to please Lord Brahma for obtaining a boon. Interestingly, Prahlad was destined to take birth at the humble abode of Devarshi Narad Muni, and none other than goddess Yogamaya helped Kayudha deliver her baby. Therefore, Prahlad had the blessing of Lord Vishnu and the gods even when he was in his mother's womb. Hence, despite being the son of Asura, Prahlad exhibited divine qualities. Soon after Hiranyakashipu learnt about his son's devotion to Vishnu, he attempted to dissuade him. But when he failed to do so, he laid several traps to kill him. The first attempt to kill Prahlad was made in his court, in the presence of his mother Kayudha. Hiranyakashipu asked his ministers to kill Prahlad with their swords, but none of their weapons could even leave a scratch on Prahlad's body. The child kept taking the name of Lord Vishnu, who had shielded the child with his love. Subsequently, Hiranyakashipu asked one of his ministers to push Prahlad from a peak of mountain. But again Prahlad returned unharmed. Lord Vishnu held the child as he fell on the ground. Eventually, Hiranyakashipu took the help of Swarbhanu, one of his accomplices, to kill Prahlad by adding poison to his food. On this occasion, goddess Lakshmi, who was keeping an eye on Hiranyakashipu's evil plans, approached the Lord Vishnu for the help. She informed him about the demon's plan, and therefore Lord Shiva saved Prahlad by consuming the venom. Prahlad was also put behind bars and accused of being a traitor, but that did not deter the little boy from chanting the name of Lord Vishnu. For the unversed, Hiranyakashipu and his brother Hiranyaksha were the gatekeepers, Jai and Vijay, of Lord Vishnu in their previous birth. They were cursed by the Sant Kumars for disrespecting them. Therefore, they took birth as demons to attain moksha after getting eliminated by Lord Vishnu himself. And one day, when Hiranyakashipu's tyranny had crossed all limits, Lord Vishnu appeared before him as Narsimha. The Lord emerged from a pillar in Hiranyakashipu's court after the latter challenged Prahlad to prove the Vishnu is the most powerful. Vishnu appeared as Narasimha. It means Nara means man and Simha means lion. The fourth avatar was conceived in a such manner that it nullified the boon Lord Brahma had granted to Hiranyakashipu. The demon could neither be killed by a man nor by an animal, neither at day nor at night, neither at home nor outside, neither on ground nor in the sky, neither by a weapon nor by supernatural powers. Therefore, Lord Vishnu appeared as a half man and half lion. He killed Hiranyakashipu at dusk at the threshold of his house by making him lie on his lap and executing him with his calves. Hiranyakashipu had believed that the boon granted by Brahma would make him immortal, but Lord Vishnu outsmarted him by appearing as Narsimha. Thus, Vishnu saved Prahlad and restored peace by appearing as Narsimha. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakshiba. That was very interesting indeed. Now I would call Janvi Bavalya to talk about Vaman Avatar. Janvi.
Good afternoon, all. Today I will tell you about Vamana Avatar. Vamana Avatar is a story of Lord Vishnu's incarnation. Lord Vishnu decided to be born as Aditi and Kasyap's son. The son was a dwarf or a Vamana. This was the Vamana Avatar of Vishnu, Dasavatara, which was taken to save Indra's kingdom. There was a king of the Daityas named Bali. Bali was the grandson of Prahlad, the son of Hiranyakashipu. He was powerful and invincible. He was also a righteous and truthful. The gods could not bear to see Bali's prosperity and began to plot how Bali might be foiled. So well did Bali rule that disease, drought, and evil disappeared throughout the three worlds. Vamanavatar. Bali has organized a horse sacrifice. Many sages came to this sacrifice, and Sukracharya was the chief priest. The dwarf also arrived at the yajna. Sukracharya, the guru of Daityas, realized that the dwarf was none other than Vishnu. He warned Bali not to promise anything to Vaman, who was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. As at the Avatar, Bali replied that it would be his honor to serve Lord Vishnu. Bali went to the dwarf and asked what he had wanted. Uh, Vishnu expressed the wish that he might be given as much of land as might be covered in three of the dwarf's steps. This boon Bali readily granted, but no sooner than the boon had been granted, the dwarf adopted a gigantic form. In two steps, the dwarf covered the whole kingdom of Bali, from heaven to earth, neither word, and demanded where he should place his third step. Bali offered himself. Vishnu was charmed at Bali's generosity. He then appointed Bali king of the underworld, and Indra's kingdom was returned back to him. Vamana Avatar is instantly recognizable with the short frame having a wooden umbrella. Thank you.
Thank you, Janvi Ben. Let's have Seema Sumanya for Parshuram Avatar. Seema Ben.
Namaste, respected teachers and my dear friends. I am going to tell you about Parshuram avatar of Lord Vishnu. Chiranjeevi Parshurama was the sixth avatar of Vishnu. He was the son of sage Jamadagni and Renuka. Rishi Jamadagni was known for his temper. Parshuram was a devotee of Shiva and he received a Parshu from Lord Shiva. As a boon, thus, the name Parshuram was given to him. Shiva also taught him war skills. As a child, Parshuram was keen learner and he always obeys his father. Parshuram was the first warrior Brahmin and he is also called Brahma Kshatriya. His mother was a daughter of Kshatriyas. After receiving a Parshu from Lord Shiva, it has become impossible for anyone on the earth to defeat him. Parshuram obeyed his father and cut Renuka Devi's head. Jamadagni was so pleased with his son that he asked him for a boon. So Parshuram asked Jamadagni to restore the breath of his mother, and he brought back the life of Renuka Devi. Jamadagni and Renuka given the Kamdhenu cow. Once when Jamadagni went out from ashram, some Kshatriyas arrived there and saw the magical cow and demanded that. Renuka Devi refused that, then forcefully took away and for their king Kartavirya Sahasran. Parsuram killed entire army of king and restored the cow. The sun's king, killed Jamadagni. Parshuram noticed 21 stars on Jamadagni's body and he killed Kshatriyas 21 times on this earth. He taught war skills to Bhishma Pitamaham, Dronacharya and Karna, and he will teach war skills to Kalki, the 10th avatar of Vishnu. Parshuram also cut the Ganesha's left tusk. Mata Parvati lost her temper because Parshuram harmed her son. Somehow Ganesha pleased her and Parshuram gave him his Parshu and blessed him. Thank you.
Thank you, Seema Ben. For the next avatar, that is the Ram avatar, 7th avatar, I would call Riddhivara. Riddhi Ben. Riddhi Ben, am I audible to you?
Good morning. I am audible, ma'am.
Yes, you can continue.
Good afternoon, all. Namaste. Vishnu's seventh avatar is Rama avatar. Lord Rama is seventh incarnation of Vishnu. He was the king of Ayodhya. He is the main character in Valmiki's epic Lord Ramayana. In the epic, Lord Rama is described as an ideal king and an ideal person. He is the most celebrated one. According to the Ramayan, the story of Lord Ram Ram was the eldest son of King Dashrath and Kaushalya, with the daughter Janak Sita by winning her in ceremony. Ceremony, the grooms of Sita were changed to string a giant bow. As Lord Ram was the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he lifted the bow and the string with the one the length is Lord Ram's mother Kaikai wanted her son Bharat to be the king of Ayodhya, and so she plotted to banish Lord Ram for 14 away from Ayodhya. Lord Ram, along with his wife Sita and brother Lakshmana, were in exile and lived in forest. One day, Lord Ram and Lakshmana went away for hunting, leaving Sita alone. Sita was executed by Ravan. Ravan was a knowledgeable but an evil king. He was the 10-headed ruler of. He he held Sita captive and revenge from Lord Ram. Lord Ram, with the aid of his brother Lakshman and Hanuman, attacked Ravan, pursued to rescue Sita. After a long fight, Ram killing the 10-headed one and returning his wife. Having completed his exit, Lord Ram returning back to Ayodhya with his wife and brother. His rule is known as Ram Rajya. Today, Lord Ram is revered from the courage, virtue, bravery, and the absolute devotion for his wife and Ayodhya. Thank you so much.
Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Riddhiben. There were some network connections with Riddhiben, so we could not hear the whole story properly. But we all know the story of Ram, that how when the human, what kind of a human should be. That is the finest example of Ram. That how Sita, who is the wife of Ram, has been abducted by Ravan, who was living in Lanka, and how they had a battle with the help of Lakshman, Hanuman, and the whole Vanar Sena, how they built Ram Setu, and they went there and get Sita back, and how they killed, how Lord Ram killed Ravan. That is an interesting story which we all know since the childhood. So thank you, Riddhiben, for depicting the story. Let's have Seema Sumania for Krishna Avatar, which is one another interesting avatar of Dasha Seema Ben.
Namaste. Now I will tell about Krishna avatar of Lord Vishnu. Krishna, one of the most widely and most popular of all Indian divinities, whispered as the eighth incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu, and also a supreme god in his own right. Krishna became the focus on numerous bhakti gods, which have over the centuries produced a wealth of religious poetry, music, and painting. Krishna was born into the Yadav clan, the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, who was the sister of Kansa, the king of Mathura. Kansa, hearing prophecy that he would be destroyed by the Devaki's child, tried to slay her children, but Krishna was smuggled across the Yamuna river to Gokula, where he was raised by Nand and his wife Yashoda. As a youth, the cowherd Krishna became renowned as a lover. The sound of his flute promoting the gopis to leave their homes and to dance aimlessly with his in the moonlight. His favorite among them was the beautiful Radha. Krishna and his brother Balram returned to Mathura to slay the wicked Kans. Krishna led the Yadavas to the western caste of Kathiawar and established his court at Dwarka. He married the princess Rukmani and took other wives as well. Krishna refused to bear arms in the great war between Kauravas and the Pandavas, but he offered the choice of his personal attendants to one side and the loan of his army to the other. The Pandavas chose the former, and Krishna thus served as the charioteer for Arjuna. The divine lover, the most common representation is known playing is the flute surrounded by adoring gopis in 17th and 18th century Rajasthani Pahari painting. Krishna is characteristically depicted with blue-black skin, wearing a yellow dhoti and a crown of peacock feathers. Thank you.
Thank you, Seema Ben. Let's have the ninth avatar, that is Buddha avatar, and for that I would call Shreya Vadel. Shreya Ben. Shreya Ben has some network issue, so she left. Let me tell you that Buddha was born in India, in Bihar, and the avatar that spread the stoicism, the optimism, and the way of life to the human race. It took birth 2000 years back, and he had given a path to the human race that how to live peacefully. And when he was born, it has been said that either he will be a great king or a great saint, and that's why his father, as he was the only son of his father, his father wanted him to be a great king, but and that's why but he had those qualities to be a saint since the childhood, and that's why his father raised him in such an atmosphere that he could not see grief, pain, or anything like that around him. And that's why the most of his their praja has been sent away due to this reason, and this is how he has been raised. But one fine day, when he was young, he left his palace, his wife Yashodhara, and his son Rahul, and he went on to find the peace of human life. And one he created a path of Vipassana, which is still there, which is still living tradition of meditation all over the world. And there are many disciples of him who follow this tradition. So that is the Buddha avatar. That is the importance of Buddha avatar from the Dasha avatar. Now, as we are moving forward and we have the 10th avatar, the last avatar, I would call Janvi Bavalia to do that, which is a Kalki avatar. Janvi Ben.
Namaste. Now I tell you about Kalki Avatar. Kalki Avatar, the warrior incarnation. Sukdev Goswami said to Parikshit Maharaj, O king, in the age of Kali, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all dissembles day by day because the powerful influence of Kali in Kali Yuga. Wealth alone will be considered the sign of a man's God-breathed birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities as the earth thus became crowded with a corrupt population who, even among any of the social classes, shows himself to be the strongest will gain political power of and hypocrisy will be accepted as a virtue. People will be duplicates, hypocritical and quarrelsome. A man will be known as a Brahman just by wearing the threads. One who is very clever at juggling words will be considered along with the scholar spiritual uh, hermitage will be no different from uh, maidens' houses. A sacred place will be taken to consist of the reverses of water located at a distance. Principle of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation. The citizen will be suffered greatly from cold, wind, heat, rain, and snow. They will be further tormented by quarrel, hunger, thirst, disease, and severe anxiety, and maximum duration of life for human beings in Kali Yuga will become 50 years. He was can maintain a family will be regarded as an expert man. Family ties will extend no further than immediate bonds of marriage. By the time the age of Kali ends, the body of all uh, creatures will be greatly reduced in size. Cows will become like a goat, and time was not when appear on the world. He must give eternal Lord Vishnu, the supreme soul of all, appears to protect principle of religion and to reveal his saintly devotees. Lord Kalki will appear in the home of most eminent Brahmana of Samba village, the great soul Vishnu, Yasa and Sumati Devi. Lord Kalki, the Lord of Universe, will mount his swift horse, David up, and with a sword in handle will travel over the earth, exhibiting his mystic opulence and the special qualities of a good head, displaying his effusions and reading with a great speed. He will kill by millions those thieves uh, who have dared dress as king when the supreme lord will have appeared and earth as a Kalki, and all the impostor kings will have been killed. Satya Yuga will begin in, and resident will once again feel the breeze, and she is praying the most great fragrance of the sandalwood past and other decoration of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendently pure in the age of Kali, who chant the name of God, that is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, can very easily cross over the vast ocean of material existence and back home, back to Godhead. Thank you.
Thank you, Janvin. After hearing about these all avatars, let's just pray for the next avatar to come as soon as possible so that we can reach to God in the way we have been told by the God. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, as we are moving to the end of our study circle, I would call our student Maitri Thanki to do the vote of thanks. Maitri Ben.
Namaste. Our Honorable Principal Dr. Nagasar, our Head of the Department, respected Dr. Ketki Ma'am, our respected teachers, Dr. Nayan Sir, Urvi Madam, Dhaval Sir, and my dear friends. I am Maitri Thanki from SY class. It's my privilege to offer vote of thanks for that activity that we completed today. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Nagar sir because sir is always giving us support and guidance for such activities. I am also grateful to Dr. Ketki madam, Dr. Nayan sir, Urvi madam, Nandita madam for their enthusiastic guidance and the way they guide us. I, on behalf of the FY, SY and TY students group, very much thankful Mr. Dhaval Rajya Guru sir for his technical support. I am really thankful to our TY students who are my senior sisters, and they have really expressed their thoughts on the Avatar in best possible way. So thank you so much to all TY friends. And finally, I am also very much thankful to the students of SY class and FI class because they are very much present for encouraging the TY students. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Maitriben. Thank you so much, everyone, to be part of this activity. And we shall meet very soon. I'll end the session here so everyone can leave. Thank you so much. Thank you. Namaskar.